Only about 45% of Americans currently hold a valid passport, meaning more than half the country still doesn't have one. Around 25 million passports were issued in the US last year, an all-time high. Beyond the passport manufacturing process, I'll also show you how US dollars are printed and how American coins are minted. Modern US passports aren't paper at all. They're built from tough polycarbonate plastic sheets. That means they're built to last, extremely durable, heat-resistant, and almost impossible to tamper with or alter without completely destroying the document. The pages aren't just bound together, they're fused into one solid block. Any attempt to tamper with it basically destroys the document itself. Tiny embedded fibers, often called orbit fibers, are mixed right into the material during manufacturing. Here's why that matters. They're scattered completely at random. No two pages share the same pattern, and that randomness is basically impossible to fake at scale. During lamination, multiple security features are permanently locked into the passport, including holograms, security inks, and hidden structural layers inside the plastic itself. Interestingly, modern passport fraud usually isn't about producing convincing physical fakes. It's far more often about stolen identities or exploiting weaknesses in legitimate application systems. In fact, fully forged passports built from scratch are now extremely rare. US passports also rely on ultrafine print that the naked eye can't fully catch. There's microprinting you can only read under magnification, and even finer nanoprinting that can require a microscope. It's precision at a level most commercial printers simply can't reproduce. Modern US passports also include an embedded RFID chip. It holds your basic biographic details, like your name and date of birth, and a biometric reference for identity checks. That data is tied into secure systems run by the US Department of State. Modern coins are made from carefully selected metals such as zinc, nickel, copper, and aluminum. These materials arrive at the mint as long metal strips, which are fed into massive blanking presses that punch out thousands of perfectly round discs destined to become coins. Today, the United States operates 4 active mints: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point. Each facility specializes in different types of production, from everyday circulation coins to proof and commemorative editions. The Philadelphia Mint is the largest of them all. With more than 60 coin presses operating at full capacity, the facility can produce up to 50,000 coins every minute. Every coin starts as a plain metal disc known as a planche, with no design, lettering, or denomination. Before striking, these blanks go through multiple preparation stages to ensure the metal meets exact production standards. Inside high-speed striking machines, the planches are transformed into finished coins. Each press can strike roughly 400 coins per minute, using pressures of up to 180 tons to stamp the intricate designs into the metal surface. Once the coins are minted, they're poured into massive industrial containers and moved by workers to the next stage of production. There, the coins are automatically sorted, counted, inspected, and prepared for shipment. Every year, the U.S. Mint produces roughly 33 billion coins. Most of them enter circulation across the United States, while some are also produced for international contracts and overseas distribution. These high-speed minting machines can produce thousands of coins every minute. After processing, the finished coins are packaged and distributed to banks and Federal Reserve facilities based on demand from the U.S. Department of the Treasury. The cost of producing coins has steadily increased in recent years due to rising metal prices, energy costs, and manufacturing expenses. In some cases, certain coins now cost nearly as much or even more to produce than their actual face value. Historically, coins were made from precious metals like gold and silver. Today, modern U.S. coins are primarily manufactured using more affordable and durable materials such as zinc, nickel, copper, and aluminum alloys. As inflation has increased over time, higher value coins have become more common in everyday transactions, while lower value coins like pennies are used less frequently in daily circulation. Unlike coins from Denver or San Francisco, many Philadelphia minted coins historically carried no mint mark, making them harder for collectors to identify. The facility also produces special proof coins with mirror-like surfaces made specifically for collectors. Security inside the mint is extremely strict. Employees pass through multiple checkpoints, surveillance systems monitor production 24/7, and every batch of metal is carefully tracked. Before coins are released into circulation, automated systems inspect them for scratches, cracks, off-center designs, or incorrect weight. During peak production periods, the noise inside the mint can be so loud that workers rely on hearing protection throughout their shifts. The mint recycles leftover metal scraps from production, melting them down and reusing the material for future coins. The penny is still legal tender, meaning it can still be used for payments, and existing coins remain in circulation. However, the U.S. has already stopped actively ordering new penny production for general circulation, at times due to cost concerns. Production has often been more expensive than face value. The main reason for potentially ending the penny is cost efficiency, since it now costs more than 1 cent to produce each penny due to rising metal, labor, and minting expenses. If pennies were removed from circulation, cash transactions would likely be rounded to the nearest 5 cents, similar to systems already used in countries like Canada. With most payments today happening digitally, the need for small coins like pennies has also decreased significantly. Supporters of eliminating the penny argue that it would save money and make cash transactions faster and more efficient, while opponents believe it could gradually increase consumer costs and remove an important symbol of U.S. currency history. Any decision to officially discontinue the penny would require an act of Congress, making it a political decision rather than one made by the U.S. Mint or the Federal Reserve. This is bullion coin production at the Philadelphia Mint, which focuses on creating precious metal coins intended primarily for investment rather than everyday circulation. These coins are typically made from gold, silver, platinum, or palladium, and their value is based on their metal content and global market prices rather than a fixed face value. Right now, you're watching banknote paper being processed for euro bills. The production process is very similar to that of US dollars, but the banknotes differ in many important ways. Euro bills feature architectural designs such as bridges and windows, while US currency mainly displays portraits of historical figures and national symbols. Unlike US bills, which are all the same size, euro notes vary in size depending on denomination and use a wide range of colors to make them easier to distinguish. Euro banknotes also include more visible modern security features like holograms and metallic strips, whereas US bills rely heavily on intaglio printing, watermarks, color-shifting ink, and security ribbons. Another major difference is production. Euros are printed by multiple central banks across Europe, while US dollars are produced in only 2 facilities in the United States. Although both currencies use cotton-based paper, the texture and coatings of euro notes differ by series. Euro notes are also designed with stronger accessibility features for visually impaired users, including different sizes and raised markings. In contrast, modern US bills still maintain a very similar overall look and color scheme across denominations. These euro banknotes are printed only at highly secure facilities approved by the European Central Bank. Currently, 12 printing facilities across Europe are authorized to produce euro currency, with every stage of production operating under strict security and constant monitoring. Producing a single euro banknote costs between 6 and 10 cents on average. That cost includes specially treated cotton paper, high precision printing, and advanced security features designed to prevent counterfeiting. If a note gets accidentally damaged, it can usually be exchanged at a bank as long as most of the bill is still intact. Unlike ordinary paper, euro banknotes are made from pure cotton fiber instead of wood pulp. This gives the bills their unique texture and makes them far more durable, allowing them to survive years of heavy circulation. Throughout the entire manufacturing process, quality control is critical. Workers continuously inspect the paper thickness, print alignment, and ink precision to ensure every note meets exact standards. Higher denominations, especially the 100 euro note, are built to last and are increasingly used during times of high inflation and economic uncertainty. As you can see right now, inspectors use powerful magnification equipment to carefully examine every printed detail and ensure each banknote meets strict quality standards. Even the smallest flaw can cause a note to be rejected and destroyed. The finished banknotes are then counted, stacked, and packed by robotic systems designed for maximum speed, precision, and security. Every year, between 6 and 8 billion euro banknotes are printed to meet demand and replace worn-out currency. After printing, the large sheets are cut into individual bills by fully automated cutting machines. Once packaged, the boxes are sealed, labeled, and loaded onto pallets for distribution to central banks across Europe. From there, the notes enter circulation and become part of everyday transactions across the euro area. After printing, the banknotes are stored in heavily protected vaults or prepared for shipment to central banks across Europe and around the world. Transport can take place by road, sea, or air under strict security measures. Inside a euro banknote factory, employees handle billions of euros in value every single day. Yet until the notes officially enter circulation, they are treated simply as highly secured products rather than legal currency. Before packaging, the notes are inspected and counted once again. They are then wrapped in sealed plastic film and packed into sturdy containers for safe and efficient transport. One of the most important steps is the printing of serial numbers. Specialized machines apply unique serial numbers to every banknote, ensuring consistent formatting across millions of notes. Quality control is constant throughout the entire production process. Random sheets are repeatedly checked for consistency, print precision, and even the smallest defects, while automated counting systems ensure that no discrepancies occur at any stage. These serial numbers use advanced ink with color-shifting pigments. When tilted under light, the numbers change from emerald green to dark blue, an important security feature that helps verify authenticity. Every euro banknote also carries a unique identity made up of letters and numbers. The first letter of the serial number identifies the printing facility where the note was produced, allowing each bill to be traced back to its origin. Security inside these facilities operates at the highest level. Employees undergo extensive background checks and continuous monitoring to prevent theft or unauthorized access. The euro has gone through noticeable pressure in recent years due to higher inflation across the euro area, especially after global supply chain disruptions and energy price spikes. Higher inflation has led to more frequent use of larger denominations like 50 euros and 100 euros, as everyday purchases became more expensive and cash transactions required higher values. While the design of euro banknotes hasn't changed dramatically, their usage patterns have shifted. One interesting fact is that despite inflation, the European Central Bank has not introduced new higher value banknotes since the 500 euro note was discontinued for issuance, though it still remains legal tender. This has made the existing banknotes more heavily relied upon in high-value cash transactions. However, paradoxically, during periods of economic uncertainty and inflation, cash usage sometimes increases again as people view physical money as a safer store of value. Another notable change is the growing shift toward digital payments. In many euro area countries, inflation and rising prices accelerated the move away from cash, especially for small purchases. The euro banknote series itself has also evolved. The Europa series introduced improved security features such as holograms, color-changing numbers, and enhanced watermarks to stay ahead of counterfeiting, which tends to become more sophisticated during times of economic stress. Finally, despite inflation concerns, the euro remains one of the most stable major currencies globally, and its banknotes are designed with long-term durability in mind. Each note is expected to withstand years of circulation even under heavy economic pressure. Inflation has also indirectly influenced how long banknotes stay in circulation. Lower value notes like 5 euros and 10 euros wear out faster because they are used more frequently, leading to constant replacement cycles by the European Central Bank and national central banks. New euro banknotes are distributed across Europe through a tightly coordinated system led by the European Central Bank together with the national central banks of the euro area. Each year, Banks and financial institutions submit cash demand forecasts based on seasonal needs, economic activity, tourism, and historical usage patterns. These forecasts help determine how many new banknotes are needed and where they should be delivered. The ECB itself does not physically ship cash. Instead, it sets the overall framework for how much currency should be in circulation across the Eurozone. The actual planning and logistics are handled by each country's national central bank, such as the Bundesbank in Germany or the Banque de France. Once produced at accredited printing facilities, Euro banknotes are transported under extremely strict security conditions. After production, banknotes are first sent to national central bank vaults. From there, they are distributed to commercial banks based on demand. Commercial banks then supply ATM, businesses, and cash handling centers, which ultimately puts the money into everyday circulation. Transfers usually happen by armored vehicles, secured cargo flights, or sealed logistics convoys, depending on distance and volume. The routes and schedules are highly confidential to prevent interception or theft. I hope you enjoyed learning about the facts and processes behind printing US and Euro banknotes. Now, let's shift gears and take a closer look at how US coins are made. Now, let's take a closer look at how Swiss franc banknotes are designed and produced for comparison. Swiss franc banknotes are issued by the Swiss National Bank in denominations from 10 to 1,000 francs. This is intaglio printing, where the design is engraved, scratched, or etched into a printing plate made of materials such as copper, zinc, aluminum, magnesium, plastic, or even coated paper. Older Swiss banknotes used to expire after a certain number of years, something extremely rare among major world currencies. Switzerland is unique among developed countries because it used to have banknotes that could expire and be withdrawn from circulation. In a second silkscreen printing stage, a shimmering globe, featured on every new denomination, is applied to the banknote. Modern Swiss banknotes are known for exceptional durability, sustainability, and advanced security design, often seen as a benchmark for the future of currency. A security strip with layered elements including green and red numbering is embedded into the note using heat and pressure through a foil application process. After production, spot checks are carried out at the Swiss National Bank. Once quality control is complete, the banknotes are released into circulation. On closer inspection, you can see metallic microlettering and denomination numerals that shift between silver and rainbow tones. As you can see, the production process is very similar to what we've seen with US dollars and Euro banknotes. The finished sheets are then cut into individual banknotes and bundled for distribution. Once the serial number is applied using letterpress printing, the notes are varnished to protect them from dirt and wear. The Swiss National Bank has also withdrawn older series of banknotes after introducing newer, more secure versions. Each note undergoes final automated inspection, and any defective pieces are removed from circulation. According to central bank estimates, counterfeit rates vary significantly across currencies. For Swiss francs, it's around 1 in 100,000 notes. For euros, roughly 1 in 20,000. For US dollars, about 1 in 10,000. And for British pounds, approximately 1 in 3,333. Finally, the finished banknotes are packaged and prepared for delivery to the Swiss National Bank. The 8th series of Swiss banknotes is considered one of the most secure in the world, featuring up to 18 security elements, including a tilting numeral visible only from certain angles, UV reactive details, and intricate microtext. Inflation trends in Switzerland have generally been lower and more stable compared to both the United States and the Euro area. In contrast, the United States has experienced higher and more volatile inflation in recent years, especially following major fiscal stimulus measures, supply chain disruptions, and energy price spikes. The euro area has also faced elevated inflation, particularly due to energy dependence and differences in economic conditions across member states. The Swiss franc is known for its strong price stability, largely due to Switzerland's conservative monetary policy and its central bank's focus on controlling inflation rather than stimulating rapid growth. As a result, inflation in Switzerland has often remained modest, even during global economic shocks. While the Eurozone and the US both saw inflation peaks in the early 2020s, Switzerland's inflation remained comparatively lower, reflecting its more insulated economy and strong currency.